An unnamed 16-year-old high school student who was taking an online Intro into Humanities course for college credit claimed that her professor, Lance Russum, gave her 4 straight 0 grades unfairly because she was defending her Christian viewpoint. The student, referred to as GL in the complaint, and Liberty Counsel, a civil rights group which defends positions from a Christian rights standpoint, argue that the professor failed her because she refused to conform to his personal worldviews of Marxism, atheism, or anti-theism, feminism, and homosexuality. The complaint stems from a test at Polk State College in Lakeland, Florida, on 3 articles concerning Lady Julian of Norwich, a 14th century Christian mystic. In his instructions, the professor demanded that students only address the reasoning behind Lady Julian's arguments and not to brandish their own opinions on Christianity or comparisons between Christianity as it existed then and as it exists now. Russum felt the student failed to follow the instructions, and 4 subsequent independent graders came to the same conclusion. The school defended the wording of the instructions because they feel the professor made it clear that it was his intention to challenge student preconceptions. In their initial complaint, Liberty Counsel demanded a full and independent review of Mr. Russum's behavior and course content, appropriate grading of GL's 4-0 assignments by a different professor, a written apology, and assurances that future courses taught by Mr. Russum, if any, will be free from such unlawful discrimination. Polk College responded, saying the college's administration does not intend to take any further action on this matter, including those actions urged in your letter. I will no longer draw the figure of Muhammad. It no longer interests me. This statement comes from cartoonist Renaud Louzier, who uses the nom de plume Luz. In an interview with French magazine Les Inroctables, I said that wrong, I know, the head cartoonist at Charlie Hebdo, and the man responsible for the now famous Je suis Charlie cartoon which graced the cover of the magazine's Survivors issue, as they called it, following the assassinations which took place in their offices in January. Luz explained his decision, saying, "He no longer interests me. I'm tired of him, just like former French President Nicolas Sarkozy. I'm not going to spend my life drawing them." Luz defended his decision to depict a crying Muhammad over a caption that all is forgiven by noting that it is not the cover the world wanted them to run, but it was the cover they wanted to run. He also noted, "The terrorists did not win. They will have won if the whole of France continues to be scared." Lately, it seems to be fashionable amongst the conservative contingent in the U.S. to revise history in a particular manner. Historian David Barton, who recently endorsed Marco Rubio, has often claimed that the Constitution is based on the Bible. In his announcement that he was running for the office of president at Jerry Falwell's Liberty University, Ted Cruz said, "What is the promise of America? The revolutionary idea that this country was founded upon, which is that our rights don't come from man, they come from God Almighty." But perhaps the most blatant example of Christian conservative historical revisionism comes from the former Texas congressman, prior House Majority Leader, and ex-convict Tom DeLay. In an interview with Matt Hagee on John Hagee's ministry's Global Evangelism television network, DeLay said, "I think we got off the track when we allowed our government to become a secular government. When we stopped realizing that God created this nation, that He wrote the Constitution, that it's based on biblical principles." This was not the first time DeLay has spread this monumentally Christian-centric fallacy. In 2013, DeLay redefined both the central tenet of his faith as well as the core premise of the U.S. military when he declared, "Jesus died for our freedom."